Hello, welcome to my channel. Why default methods in interface feature given in Java 8? సో బేసికల్గా ఎందుకు డిఫాల్ట్ మెథడ్స్ అనే ఫీచర్ మనకు జావా 8లో వచ్చింది? ఓకే, సో here from Java 8 onwards we can write concrete methods also in interface by using default keyword. మనం జావా 8 నుండి కాంక్రీట్ మెథడ్స్ కూడా ఇంటర్ఫేస్ లో రాయొచ్చు. బిఫోర్ జావా 8 we cannot write. ఓకే, సో బై యూజింగ్ డిఫాల్ట్ అనే కీవర్డ్ని ఉపయోగించి మనం జావా 8 నుంచి కూడా డిఫాల్ట్ మెథడ్స్, ఐ మీన్ కాంక్రీట్ మెథడ్స్ we can write from Java 8. So why default methods given, default method feature given in Java 8 అంటే to support the backward compatibility support. What it is? To support the backward compatibility. So what do you mean by backward compatibility? So whenever if we add default methods to interface, won't break the existing code. The existing classes which are implemented in the interface, they can use new default methods without any changes to their code. So backward compatibility support. Basically backward compatibility meaning ఏంటంటే ఒక ఇంటర్ఫేస్ లో డిఫాల్ట్ మెథడ్స్, ఐ మీన్ కాంక్రీట్ మెథడ్స్ మనం ఎప్పుడైతే యాడ్ చేసినప్పుడు ఇంతకు ముందు ఇంప్లిమెంటెడ్ క్లాసెస్ లో వాటిలో ఏమి కోడ్ చేంజ్ చేయకుండా మనము డిఫాల్ట్ మెథడ్స్ ని యూజ్ చేసుకోవచ్చట. అంతే బ్యాక్వర్డ్ కంపాటబిలిటీ అంటే, అంతే. సో ఏవైనా మనం డిఫాల్ట్ మెథడ్స్ ని ఇంటర్ఫేస్ లో యాడ్ చేసినప్పుడు ఇంప్లిమెంటెడ్ క్లాసెస్ డైరెక్ట్లీ యూజ్ చేసుకోవచ్చట. అది బ్యాక్వర్డ్ కంపాటబిలిటీ మీనింగ్ ఇస్. ఓకే, సో వీ కెన్ ఓవర్ రైట్ డిఫాల్ట్ మెథడ్స్ ఆల్సో. మనం డిఫాల్ట్ మెథడ్స్ కూడా ఓవర్ రైట్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. సో స్టిల్ నౌ let's go to the till now whatever we discussed, right? Let's go and see the coding. So interface i1 we have taken, and I have taken one test method, one test class with main method. So test class is implementing i1. Test class is implementing i1. So test class, any test class, any, not only test class, any class, if it is implementing any interface, what is the responsibility of it? It has to override the method of the interface. ఏదైనా ఒక క్లాస్ ఒక ఇంటర్ఫేస్ ని ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేసిందంటే ఆ క్లాస్ యొక్క బాధ్యత ఏమిటి అంటే ఆ క్లాస్ ఆ ఇంటర్ఫేస్ లో ఉన్న మెథడ్ ని ఓవర్ రైడ్ చేసి లాజిక్ అనేది ప్రొవైడ్ చేయాలి. లేకపోతే దట్ క్లాస్ విల్ బికమ్ వాట్? abstract class. So for that, what I am providing the logic, I am overriding and providing the logic to that m1 method. Okay, so before Java 8, like this we write the code. We used to write like this. So still this feature is there, but we are talking about default methods. So sys out. So simply what I am writing, test m1, test m1. So now what if you want to call this m1 method? ఈ m1 method ని మనం కాల్ చేయాలంటే it is non-static method. So any non-static method, if you want to call, what we need to create object. ఏదైనా non-static method ని మనం కాల్ చేయాలంటే we need to create object for that class, right? So new test. So test dot m1 method. So till now, before Java 8, till now this is normal as usual code, right? As usually we'll write this code. So if I run this code here, nothing new. So we'll get what? Test m1 method. So now from Java 8 we can write concrete methods also. concrete methods also by using default method. For example, directly if I write public void m1, so already m1 method is there, right? I am writing one concrete method. So public void m2 method. Directly I am writing without using default keyword. So sysout sysout. So what I am writing here is from I1 m2 method. See now what it is giving the error. Hey, change this m2 method as a default method. ఆ m2 మెథడ్ ని డిఫాల్ట్ మెథడ్ గా చేంజ్ అయ్యి అంటుంది, లేకపోతే స్టాటిక్ మెథడ్ గా చేంజ్ అయ్యి అంటుంది. సో సింప్లీ నా వాట్ ఐఎమ్ డూయింగ్ ఈస్ జస్ట్ ఐఎమ్ యాడింగ్ డిఫాల్ట్ కీవర్డ్, దట్స్ ఇట్. Right now no errors. So now see, now still I whenever I added this default method to my to to the interface, మనం ఎప్పుడైనా దిస్ we if we add default method this interface, the existing code still working or we got any issue? We did not get any issues, right? Still it is working even though we added default method. That is the meaning of the backward compatibility. So to any interface, if we add the default method, still the existed implemented classes they can use without changing any their code. So now see, I can call directly by using test object. I can call m2 method also. See, directly it can use. So m1 method, it is from its own method. M2 method from the interface. M2 method from the interface I1. So now see, run as Java application. See, test m1 method from I1 m2 method. So that's what till now we discussed. So now what, we can override the default methods also. See, let's override default methods also. Default method also. So now I am overriding. I am trying to override default method. So now see. So now m2 method I am trying to override. See, it is the m2 method. This m2 method from the interface I1. Interface I1. Okay, I have overridden now. So now I'm changing here. I'm changing here now. Sysout test m2 method. Now if I execute, the m2 method will be called from interface or from our class. The m2 method will be executed from interface or our class. It of course from our class only. First preference is overridden. So first it is locally, it will check that method is available or not. If it is not available, it will check at the interface level. So we can override default methods also. I have shown that. Next thing is, when two or more interfaces having same default methods, we will get the compile time error. For example, see in our example what I am doing, I am taking one more interface. I'm taking one more interface called I2. I'm taking one more interface called I2. It is I2. So this abstract method I'm not taking off. I removed the abstract method. So here m2 method is having same, I1 having same default method and I2 having same default method. Now my class is implementing I2 interface also. Now my class is using, now my class is implementing two interfaces. See now, when two interfaces having same default methods, we will get the compile time method. So override default method in I1 or I2. So either override this or that. So for that, what is that? We have two solutions. First one is we need to override the default method, and we need to we can write our own logic. So already we did that. Already previously we overridden. Now no issue. So we can override whenever two interfaces having same default methods. We can override that whichever same method, whichever it is having, we can override and we can provide our own logic. Otherwise, what we can do? But still, I want to call either interface M1 method, interface M2 method, or interface M2 method, interface 2 M2 method, interface 1 M2 M1 M2 method, or interface 2 M2 method. So then what we can do? Simply, if you want to call interface M1 method, I1 dot super dot M2 method, you can call. So otherwise, if you want to call interface to M2 method, then simply you can call. So if you want to call both the methods also, you can call, not an issue. I1 dot super dot M1. But we'll get the compile timer. It won't accept. Either only one method we can do, we cannot do. I thought it can do. So now what will be happen? It will be executed from the interface to M2 method. So that's all about. Simply in one word, what? For backward compatibility issue escape. So what do you mean by backward compatibility? So if you add any default methods to the interface, so already implemented classes, they can use without changing anything. Either they can use those methods, otherwise they can override those default methods and they can provide their own logic. So if default methods using, it's their wish. Okay, next thing is we can override the default methods. So another point is what, when two or more interfaces having same default methods, then while overriding that method, we'll get the compile timer. On that situation, what we have to do, we need to provide our own logic, or we need to call interface one default method or interface two default. Yeah, that's all about. Thanks everyone for watching.